morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at a new Clefable card. I know, right? Clefable's looking kind of cool. We often have some very interesting cards. So I thought, you know what, let's take a look at Clefable, might be fun. And we're going to start off having a little bit of a look at the basics, though I should tell you that our translation comes from the lovely sarahb.net. Though let's not forget how wonderful the lovely Antoine Boulet is. Cheers, Joe. Cheers, Antoine. Lovely dudes. And if we start off with the basics here, we got 100 HP, which is not terribly high. We would like a little bit more on our Stage 1 Pokemon. We do have a retreat cost of 1, which is quite nice. It means free retreat with U-turn board, which is very, very cool. And we've got ourselves a weakness to metal, bearing in mind fairy Pokemon don't exist anymore in the Pokemon TCG, so you're going to have a weakness to metal, even though you're a psychic Pokemon. I mean, it can take a hit from Duraludon, I suppose. That's a good thing, right? Yeah. Being a psychic Pokemon means you're going to lose Spell Tag to rotation, you're going to lose Mysterious Treasure to rotation, you're going to lose Malamar to rotation, though that's not the reason we're playing this. It's not really an attacker. So that kind of sucks, I suppose. You're losing all your best tricks. You do hit Mewtwo and Mew for weakness, but again, you're not really going to be attacking, so hey-ho. But the good news is you are going to be helping, and you are going to be helping all of your psychic friends. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage and 1 special condition from your active Pokemon that has any psychic energy attached. Oh, that's nice, ladies and gentlemen. That's really nice. This is a very, very cool thing, which is going to help us out very, very much indeed. This rocks, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. This absolutely rocks. This gives protection. Now, the other thing is, yes, absolutely, this ability does stack. No reason why it shouldn't. There's no note here to say that this ability can only be used once during your turn. This is just a standard thing. Once during a turn, you can heal 20 damage and 1 special condition. So in theory, right, if you get 4 Clefable out, you can heal 80 damage. And 4 special conditions. Though the reality is you ain't getting 4 special conditions. You can have like sleep and poison and burn, or paralysis and poison and burn, or confusion and poison and burn. But you're not getting any other combination. But hey ho, you can basically heal them all. And this is really, really nice. Although we do, I suppose, at this stage have to turn around and go, well, hang on a second, why are we playing this over Milotic? Milotic's got an ability that just heals 20 damage from all of your Pokemon. Not just your active, but all of them. And they don't need to have any energy attached. And basically what this means is, in a world where Milotic is a thing, you're only playing this for special conditions. I suppose there is an argument that Milotic's got a retreat cost of 2, so has to use Air Balloon, but that can be tool scrappered, whereas Clefable's got a retreat cost of 1 and it can use U-turn board that if it's tool scrappered goes straight back to your hand. But no, I don't think that's actually a genuine argument here. I don't think that's any reason people are going to go, well, it's going to be easier to retreat, so I'm going to go for Clefable. I don't buy that. This is about special conditions. And it really depends what you're looking for. I mean, oh my goodness, it's a roundabout way of doing so. But what about Jirachi? You see, Jirachi's awesome at the moment. It's in the active. You look at the top 5 cards in your deck. You find a trainer card, put it in your hand, go to sleep. But then a skateboard gives you free retreat even if you are asleep. Problem is, of course, that a skateboard will be rotating out. And that's a bad thing. So what we have here is a way where if you've got a psychic energy on Jirachi, it will be cured of sleep and will heal 20 damage. Of course, if you're looking for a Stage 1 Pokemon to protect you from special conditions, we've got Galarian Rapidash. Galarian Rapidash is a stage 1 with a retreat cost of 1 for what that's worth. And you do need to think about this. When you've got bench sitters who are never going to go and attack and are literally just sitting on your bench, you do have to consider the retreat cost. We've all, at least I've lost a bunch, I'm sure most of you have as well, lost games because your Diancie Prism Star, or before that, your Regirock, and I know a lot of you lost games of Regirock, got dragged into the active and you couldn't get them out the active because you were out of switching cards, etc. But my point here is, if you want to stop special conditions, we've got Galarian Rapidash. And if you want to heal, we've got Milotic. This is a very specialized way of doing both. And actually, I'm down with this. This is good for me. I like this. This makes me happy. Now, it's only one of your Pokemon. And then we end up in this really roundabout thing of just pros and cons. It heals special conditions, but only one. Doesn't make you immune to all of them, and we've got a stage 1 that does. It heals 20 damage from one of your Pokemon, but only one. And we've got a stage 1 that will heal 20 from all of them. But then again, this does both. But then again, you've got to have Psychic Energy attached, and round we go. One of the things to bear in mind here, of course, is that Horror Psychic Energy is a thing. So if you're playing this in a Psychic deck, for instance, you can have Horror Energy, and then if you've got this attached, your opponent takes 20 damage when they attack you, and then you heal 1 special condition and 20 damage as well, or maybe more than that if you've got multiple Clefable out. I mean, this certainly does seem made for Gardevoir. Gardevoir, and look, I know Gardevoir is weak to Zacian, but there's no guarantee that Zacian is going to remain the best deck forever, alright? And to be fair, if you look at Japan at the moment, it's not the best deck over there, so it might already be in the waning phase. But the point is, we've got Gardevoir, and that is a deck which really is built around healing. We've got regular Gardevoir V, that's got an attack for free energy, that does 120, but if you healed this turn, you do 200. 200 for free energy is good. And then the VMAX for free energy does 180 and heals 50. So if you're playing Gardevoir, you're gonna need some healing, and this is a nice little option in terms of healing. And it makes you immune to special conditions, essentially at least. That's a good thing. Now I say makes you immune. If your opponent poisons you, you'll still take 1 lot of damage. If you're burned, you'll still take 1 lot of damage. The point is you can get rid of it then immediately. But then again, there is another thing that we haven't mentioned yet, and don't worry, I hadn't forgotten. Clefairy. You see, it's not just Clefable. Clefairy actually got its own video. Clefairy was revealed and was exciting enough that Clefairy legitimately got its own video. Because it's a good card. For 2 energy, you just get to flip a coin, and if heads, you get to choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and copy it. Bear in mind we have Glimwood Tangle now, which, like the old Victini, lets you re-flip if you don't get the flip you want from an attack. So it's not guaranteed, but you do have a 75% chance of using it. And at the time, a lot of people said, well, Wassy, you know, it's on a coin flip. And they're right, they're absolutely right. It is on a coin flip, and it could backfire. But then again, maybe you're just playing that as a handy bonus. Maybe that's just a nice little thing to use, you know, if you don't have much else. And actually, you can then come in with this, and this is absolutely going to help you out as well. And that's what I like here. I like that you've got the option for Clefairy, and maybe Clefairy doesn't end up being quite good enough. Okay. So now we've got Clefable. And maybe Clefable isn't quite good enough, but that's alright, we've got Clefairy. And now this is where I see this really starting to come into its own. Because we've got multiple different options here, and that makes me very happy. Don't get me wrong. If you just want special conditions gone, play Rapidash. If you just want the healing, play Milotic. But if you want to be able to do both, and still have the option of using Clefairy's really nice attack as well, this has got your back. This strikes me as a card, I'm going to give it between 3 and 4 Wassies. If we didn't have those other better options like Rapidash and my low ticket, it would be a 4 Wassie card. Don't give half Wassies, that'd be barbaric. But we do. But there is still enough to like here that this is a card I can see a bunch of people having a play around with. At least that's what I think. I would be very interested to know, though, what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.